Welcome back to the American Legends Watch channel. Today we are looking at a Tissot. This is a Tissot Ballade, and the question on the table is, are Tissot watches any good? Are they worth the money? Heritage Swiss brand, currently owned by the Swatch Group. And here is the beautiful, oh, look at that. Look at how that opens up. Zoom out a little bit. Some nice packaging here. Alright, so this is a 40mm watch, which is a little larger than I normally go for. But from everything I've read, it does wear a little bit smaller than that, more like a 38 or 39. Because of the knurled bezel, then a smooth bezel, then the dial inside. So the dial itself is not terribly large, so it will wear a little bit smaller than that. Fairly trim. I think that's just under 10 millimeters, which is really nice. Display case back, so you can see that Powermatic 80 movement in there. Big bounce spring. I think it must have twin barrels to achieve that 80 hours power reserve. The window could be a little bit larger, actually. You can tell the case size is larger than the movement needs. That movement could certainly be put into a smaller case. See your sapphire crystal, stainless steel. It is a 5-bar, 50-meter water resistant watch. This strap looks like an alligator embossed pattern. So that's not actually alligator, that's leather. And it's fairly stiff, but also pretty nicely padded. Comes on a deployant style buckle. I think these sell new for in the $500 to $600 range, and they have a newer model out now. The current version of the Tissot Ballade has a different bezel. It has more of a fluted bezel, but I kind of like that knurled bezel. I think that's a nice masculine touch on there. It does have a date. So let's advance it, see if we're in AM or PM here. There goes a date, very crisp. Love to hear that little mechanical snap when date does advance. It really bothers me about Seikos. They don't do that. They have the laziest date change ever. But most Swiss movements have a nice crisp date change. Even my Russian-made watches, when I had a couple of Vostocks, had a nice crisp date change. So no screw down crown, hence the only 50 meters water resistance, but that's an easy, nice, satisfying wind. I like that. It's a nice wind. Wind is plenty big. It's got the Tissot T on it, T logo. It has the pattern there on the inner dial, almost like a pie pan, with the outer dial raised a little, and then that inner dial, and it's not a guilloche, it's more of a textured pattern. I'm not quite sure what the technical term for that is. The 12 and the 6 overlap, which is a nice little touch, almost like an Art Deco feel to that. You only get the 6 and the 12, no 3 and 9 or any other numerals, but large indices that also overlap. Big logo, kind of oversized Tissot logo. Text on the bottom, the Powermatic 80 chronometer. Kind of a lazy movement of the seconds hand. It's probably, to get that 80 hours of power reserve, is probably like 3 or 3.5 hertz. Look that up. So 20mm strap. Let's go ahead and put on the wrist. Alright, so there. Finally got the deployant on. Zoom out a little. But it's stiff, and it wants to do its own thing and not really put it where you want it. So ding on the strap, but the watch itself has some nice Art Deco feel to it. It's not really catching many reflections. Really can't see that dial. It's a flat sapphire crystal, so that's not distorting at all. It's nice and trim. It has a little bit of ruggedness to it, but it's really a go anywhere, do anything kind of watch that does lean toward the sporty side of the spectrum. And being a nicer, dressier watch, being able to just check out the handle. You're really not supposed to do this without taking it off your wrist, but I do like to sometimes. Just go ahead, give it a little wind. So in terms of build quality, I think it certainly rivals the other entry-level Swiss brands, Oris, Hamilton, particular. All are a great value. Tissot probably does more advertising. Being part of the Swatch Group, they've got that advertising budget. That's just great specs on the movement at 80 hours of power reserve and COSC certified, with a date and a date wheel that's easy to read even without a magnifier. You can see that date really easily. Lugs are not too long. With the bezels, it really does wear more like a 39, even though that's 40. All right, it's about 40.8. The thickness is what really gets my attention. That is just a hair over 10, 10 and a quarter. It's really nice. Anything 10 or less really to me just seems thin. About 46 lug to lug. I think that'll be pretty standard even for the new Ballades. They're not going to be bigger than that. Then you really get a nice feature here on the end of the lugs. I haven't seen a watch do quite that same thing where the lugs are turning up at an angle at the end. That's a nice little touch. I like that. Makes the lugs seem even shorter. So good job, Tissot. Design elements really strong on this. And to be a kind of a monochrome watch, those hands don't disappear. Even at different angles, you can still read those hands. I like that. So great job on the design. Not so great on the strap. So here it is on a different strap. This is a dark red, a shell cordovan strap that I got from Monstraps. Very supple. That the Tissot Ballade here really will be what we call a strap monster. It will look nice on a wide variety of straps. I think the shell cordovan really dresses up just about anything. Will match well with shell cordovan dress shoes and other leather goods if you happen to have those. Overall, Tissot, I think, great value, great design, easy to obtain. They're not hard to get. You can buy them off of Amazon for that matter. And then you've got a really nice looking Swiss-made watch with great specifications and great accuracy, being a certified chronometer. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, found it useful. Please do like and subscribe to the channel for more reviews and my own watch designs to come in the future. Till then, God bless and have fun out there.